right, welcome back, Vakar. So today we're going to talk about the different Amazon e-commerce models, and one I'm particularly interested in is in your story. So where did it start from? Like, how did you get that inspiration that you want to get into this Amazon models and Amazon business models to begin with?
Mhm. Yeah, so I've been thinking about doing Amazon business or starting generally a side hustle. So I've been researching online about different side hustles or people doing businesses, and I found out that Amazon private label business is pretty good, where you essentially create a brand under your own name and start selling on Amazon. So that's what I'm going to go with. It's in process. I have a person who's helping me out with the whole process. Yeah, that's my inspiration basically to start passive income and side hustle.
Nice. So it is that angle of passive income, right? Like that's what you're trying to look at. So before I dive into a little bit more technical questions, like I know you're a software engineer and you are working perhaps 40 hours a week. So how do you find that time to do your main job and then come to, let's say, this Amazon drop shipping or private label? How do you maintain that?
So, to be honest, I'm just starting out, so I don't know how that's gonna go. I have researched or realized is there are two ways to go about it. One is you do everything on your own, manage the research, find out what product you're selling, all sorts of things. You can do it on your own, but you can also take help from somewhere. There are people called virtual assistant that you can go on Fiverr or people per hour who are trained to do those kind of jobs. So they have all the information and they can just help you out with all the
Mhm.
different things that you want.
Nice. So yeah, we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty details of it. But to begin with, what are the different models? So you talked about private label and what was the other one?
It's called the Amazon Wholesale. So
Yeah.
essentially, there are two different models. One is the Amazon Wholesale, and the other one is private label. I'm going to explain to you both of them. So Amazon Wholesale is basically you go out and different business who is already selling on Amazon probably or like have a brick and mortar store, and you talk to them that okay, I can increase your sales, and you order a bunch of inventory from them and just start selling on Amazon under their name. It's good. It's a low risk model. You're not taking a lot of risk. You are just building on top of another business. But the ownership of that business belongs to the other person. You are just a middle person who is helping out that business getting more orders on Amazon. People make good money out of it, but that's not really interesting. The way I'm going for is Amazon Private Label. The way it works is that you create your own business. You create your own label. Like Anchor is a really good electronics brand selling power banks, electronics chargers, stuff like that. And that brand was essentially created as like a private label business. So what these businesses do is they create their brand name, particular brand name, and then you are going to find out what product you're going to sell. You can sell electronics equipment, you can sell sports equipment, you can sell kitchen, home related items, stuff like that. And the idea is that you're creating a brand, and then the interesting part is that, and after 1 or 2 years, if the things go well, you can sell that business for 6, 7 digits easily.
Oh wow.
Not easily, but depends on how much business or inflow of cash you are handling. But the interesting part is that you sell that business and you can create another business. So that's
Hmm.
the whole idea, and that's what excited me about it as well.
Got it. Got it. Interesting. So walk me through the whole process now. Obviously, you said initially that you will be asking someone support because you cannot work on it full time as you already have a job. So how do you find those people? Who are those consultants to begin with? And what are their rates? What exactly do they help you with? Is it inventory? Is it brand management? Could you talk to me about that as well?
Yeah, good question. So the the easiest way is to just go on Fiverr.com and start searching for Amazon private label, Amazon wholesale, try different keywords, whatever you are getting into. The actual terminology for this sort of thing is virtual assistant. So basically, these people are assisting you with your business needs. There are a few people who actually do A to Z, like cover everything. So you are just essentially making main decisions, but you can depend on these people to do all sorts of things. But I would recommend that you understand the business as a whole. You need to understand what this business is and how you're going to run it and what's your vision. So yeah, that's basically the idea. And about the rates, actually, there are different rates, different people charging different rates, but and the ballpark is 300, 400 euros per month.
Okay, so interesting. So 300 to 400. By the way, we're living in Germany, so we'll be talking about euros, but I'm sure this business
Mhm.
is something which is scalable and can be done from from the comfort of your room, right? Like so,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Just like a caveat. But yeah, back on this. So, talk me about how do you find the right inventory? Like, what are the different ways that you will actually earmark that, okay, that is the product that I will bring to Amazon and hopefully get some profit out of it.
So we are getting into the research part of it or starting a business. So once you realize that again, Amazon private label business is the thing that you want to do, then you need to start looking into or start researching about what product you're going to sell. So there are a lot of tools available online. So one tool is Helium 10, which basically gives you a lot of research about what people are searching for and their competition. So you do all these research based on different criteria, and there are a lot of lessons or courses available online on YouTube, so you can go into it. But there is a lot of research involved into it. It's a lot of numbers and data. It's not just about intuition. That okay, I would just start selling this thing. So it's a lot about data. And personally, what I recommend is while I know how to do this product research, I am not doing it on my own. As I said, I hired a virtual assistant to do all these things for me because it's a tedious job. You have to look for different numbers. You need to try out different keywords, stuff like that. So, product research is something that takes a long time to figure out what you're going to sell. So that's the first step, and it takes a lot of time.
Right. And if I wanted to start this private label, let's say right now, how much money do I have, should I have, to basically start something like that?
Yeah, that's a good question. So it depends on regions. To be honest, in Germany, the number usually is you need to have a budget of about 10,000 to 15,000 euros.
Oh wow.
The more the
Okay.
better, but the minimum would be 10 to 15,000. But it also depends on different markets. So if you are starting out in Germany, the competition is not so much because it's a German market. There's a language barrier as well, so a lot of people from globally do not enter in Germany because there's a barrier to entry. I'm not saying that the German market is not good. It's one of the second biggest market in terms of Amazon. But since there's a barrier to entry, not a lot of people are entering the German market. So it's a good side, and that's why don't need a huge amount of budget. But if you compare that with US, for instance, the minimum budget would be $30,000 uh, if you're entering US market. And then there's the UK market as well. And for UK, the budget usually goes about 15,000 to 20,000 pounds.
Hmm. Wow. Okay. So 15,000 is already for some people a huge amount, right? Like so I want to talk about what's the risk assessment that you've done for yourself and where do you place that 15,000 in the sense of how much can you get it back in a worst case scenario where it didn't go well as you planned. So have you done some sort of a risk assessment as well on it?
Yeah, so this was one of the things that stopped me from starting because it was like, okay, I'm putting in 15,000 euros into this thing, and will I get it back, or how this is it going to go? So it's difficult. As I said, there are different parts of it. One is that you give, like, if you hire a virtual assistant, you're paying him 300 euros per month, and that's not the money you're going to get back. You're hiring a person. And then there's you're gonna, once you find out the product you're gonna sell, you need to order a lot of inventory. The first order might be 1,000 or 2,000 units. That would take you back about 5,000 euros, let's say. Um, that's the money that you could potentially save by selling it. If yours, if the plan is to sell it on Amazon, if that does not work out, and there are no buyers, or it's not, the product is not getting traction, what you can do is go on eBay and sell it as like a huge wholesale deal. You have to do a concession discount to sell it off completely. You're not going to lose everything, essentially.
Okay.
So you can get something back out of it.
So it's basically, I get what you're saying, right? Like it's the experience is also going to be hopefully rewarding in the sense that you get to work on or to get to learn on this part, and even if it doesn't turn out to be okay, maybe you have all the learnings for your next business that you will then do, right? Great. I
Exactly.
think that's great for today. I would like to continue with this, but maybe in another call. Maybe we talk about how do you set up another business or how do you set up the business in Germany. But what do you think? We should just call it
Mm-hmm.
a day for now.
Yeah, I think that would be great. So in this video, we went into like what sorts of different businesses we have, different models, and in the next one, I can walk you through the actual process of business registration in Germany, because it's really complicated as well. So that would be really interesting, and then we can go deeper into
Great.
business creation and all that stuff. So um, it was great. Yeah.
All right, cool. Then have a good one.